Hello everyone, got BrainExploder here with me today. We're getting YouTube in on this, I think.
So if you want to watch it on both screens, go ahead and do that.
We're going to give YouTube a second here to catch up. There is a bit of delay. I've noticed that IG isn't that bad on delays, so give that a second.
They're still watching you drop your phone though right now.
Yep. Alright, so I think we're good there. Hello YouTube, everyone over there. That's the camera for YouTube.
YouTube,
right
Instagram.
Alright. All good here? All good? Yeah, it looks like we are good. So, join me in the studio today. IG, you already know, but YouTube, I got Mark, aka BrainExploder. Pretty much the popularized guy who made zoom cams a thing for your regular airsofters. Thank you for that, by the way.
Yep.
NVG mounts, all kinds of 3D printed accessories. Check out his website, BrainExploderMerch.com.
And BrainExploderCreations.com.
There you go. So make sure you check all the stuff out. Really awesome content. Now, right now, a few promos that we got going on. We got our Memorial Day sale starting off. Believe California, Texas, and VA. All our walk-in stores are going to have a Memorial Day sale, including online as well. So map drops, non-map drops going down, up to 25% off some select items. Map drops anywhere between 10 to 20% off your favorite brands, such as Elite Force, Classic Army, AIM Sports, a lot of other brands as well. Details are on our website. We do also have our Memorial Day mystery box. I think we have like less than 40 left. Like it's going pretty fast. It was one of the faster mystery boxes to go. So all that's going on. Now, the topic that we had for today was Milsim games, specifically nighttime Milsim games. Now, I know you're going to one this weekend. What exactly do you do to prepare for night Milsim games? I know we had your tactical gearheads filmed earlier this week. They should be going live sometime next week. So if you want to give us a little more detail about what you like to do to prepare for night games.
Well, obviously, supplies first. So for me, it's tracer BBs and it's charging all the stuff, making sure that we got batteries and everything, the night vision, the cameras. As far as preparing for it, how to play it, honestly, I have limited experience, but it's just being a lot more careful, a lot slower. And this weekend I have my buddy coming out with nods too, so it'll be fun to do like a little two-man teamwork.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. It's not too different from day games, except you do have that crazy advantage that no one else has. Or not, I should say no one else has it.
When
if you go to a pub field, like it's weird being there with nods. But when you go to a Milsim, it's a pretty good amount of people out there with nods on both sides. So you do have that advantage to some people, and then you have to have like light discipline and all that stuff when you're dealing with other people with nods. So for me, I mean, preparing for airsoft anytime is a whole process. Just the packing. It literally takes me like 2 days to pack. And I'll start like charging batteries early in the week just so I could get that off the list, like camera batteries, gun batteries. I bring like 10 spare batteries, even though I usually never even use but the one I brought. But I'm like over prepared, so just a ton of charging, lots of checklists hitting. I hate being that one guy that has to ask somebody for something, so I bring all my tools, all my everything, extra BBs, like 5 different weights, and BBs, backup BBs, like backup guns, backup gear. It's crazy. My whole car's packed for one person. It looks like I'm trying to move to like, so start my own little militia or something.
No, yeah.
So for me, it's just a lot of packing, night vision or not night vision, regardless.
Yeah, for me personally, I don't know nods, so I can definitely. I do have the mount, but I don't.
Just missing the nods.
Yeah, it's like $3,000 though. I don't got that kind of money. What you talking about? But no, having nods I've seen is a huge advantage for a lot of people. When I was at Milsim West in November, we had 2 dudes in my squad that had nods, and I had them roaming patrols when we were pulling security for our fob. But it definitely adds an element to the game that not a lot of people can take advantage of.
Yeah, a lot of it's just the idea. I mean, just looking into a dark night and seeing stuff, it's a cool experience, even if you then get some guy with a flashlight comes up from behind and surrenders you, which is annoying. That experience is really cool because every night movie you've ever seen, that's the scene. Those guys are just going through, plowing everybody down, and it's just
the one thing I've always imagined having nods is like, I don't know if you guys have seen 27 Hours with John Krasinski and a few other guys. That scene where all of the Op 4 guys are coming up on the embassy It's like you see that guy right there with the IR lasers and they're all nods and all. I was like, okay, that's like one of the coolest things I can imagine. But
that's the sort of experience you get to have sometimes, which for it in itself is kind of like worth the price of admission to me.
Yeah. So I definitely need to save up for a set of nods, but that's a lot of money to save up.
It is, yeah. It's one of those things you want to, if you're going to do it, you kind of want to do it right. You don't really want to cheap out, because then all you're actually going to do is probably hamper yourself, where you now, instead of having the flashlight where you could see it, but maybe expose yourself, now you're going to have this crappy like night vision set you bought for $300 that first needs like an IR light just to even function, and then you're seeing some grainy image, you can't tell friend from foe or bush from guy, and then you're just tripping over stuff as you're walking. Like, what am I doing?
The one thing I took from it is that if I were to get nods, I would definitely go the extra step and get a nice set of like Gen 3s, maybe even white phosphorus tubes.
The tip is like blem spec. If you're trying to save a little bit, blem spec. That's what I did on my first set. They usually have like a little whatever on the intensifier, maybe a little dot, maybe a little blur. You could get them. There's different levels. They usually all cut the price, but if you find some with just a little grain, you don't notice it when you're looking through it. You get over it real quick, but it cuts the price down to up to half. Which, when you're talking something that's $3,000, and all of a sudden now it's like closer to 2 to 1.5.
Yep.
It's now a little bit more reasonable, which still isn't insane. I understand, but somewhere in the ballpark.
All right. Now, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in. We're going to go ahead and wrap up the topic here. But one thing I did learn from playing without nods, though, is that at night, everything becomes much more amplified, I notice. When you take away the light aspect, every little creak, every little crack you hear is just 10 times louder.
Yes.
Because you stop, you can't rely on your eyes to tell you where everything's at. So sounds, just the feel of everything around you.
Oh my God.
So like even just the smells you pick up, it's like you walk from outdoor to inside a house, and it's like you're in a completely different environment. And it's crazy how much you don't think about it in the heat of the moment, but when looking back on it now, how quickly your body can adapt when you lose a sense, it's incredible, really.
Yeah, sound is key. Like last night game I played, I just had like I was telling you in another video, I had the Odin speed loader in my pocket, and it was filled to the top, so there's not that much room for the BBs to shake, but just creeping around, that little noise it was making with the BBs just barely ever so slightly moving, it was just such a giveaway. This time I'm going all mid caps, I'm bringing nothing Radley. Sound is a huge part of night games. That during the day, I mean, the shaking is annoying if you're like running 12 mid caps or high caps, but no one's going to be like, hey, I hear some BBs rattling, because there's so much other noise going on. There's no time for that. But at night, it's like you become an owl.
See, questions wise, what we got here? Don't drop IG this time. Infamous 777, how's it going? I wonder if they will do a few holiday giveaways during the stream. Unfortunately, I don't have anything planned right now. I apologize.
Giving away knowledge, man. That's really the best gift.
Do you think we'll get a Glock what? Do you think we'll get a Glock 18 because you had a Glock 1917? We can't speak on Elite Force's behalf. I've heard rumors that they want to drop the entire Glock line.
Yeah, I was talking about like doing everything up to like the 43 and everything in between. Yeah. So I'm sure they just need to. It seems like Glock is real picky when it comes to Elite Force, which is good because they want to make sure it's quality. Hey, the GI train is here. That's how you know you're
usual train. That's how you know we're not on an offset.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll get to it. It's just a matter of adding a full lever or full auto sear in there. It's a very small modification to what they already have, and I'm sure there's a market for it. So I can't imagine that not happening.
Yeah. Let's see here. Hello, everyone. Other people already in line for tomorrow? I'm not too sure. We're not at the store. We're at a completely separate building, so I don't know for sure. But I'll post something when I go over there later today. Eric Charv 64. I'm glad you're liking the scarab that we sent you out there. Will you guys ever sell tagging rounds? Unfortunately, we're not going to be carrying tagging. There are some local regulations from the city of Walnut. We're not allowed to carry those products. So, sorry, it's not going to happen.
What about, like, the other GI locations?
The other locations, Texas actually has a fireworks thing. They're not allowed to sell outside of fireworks season, as far as I know. If any of the Texas guys are in this chat, please let me know if I'm wrong on that. But I was told we can't sell pyro there for whatever reason. Virginia does carry some pyro because they're a little more lenient in their area, but I'm not too sure on since they moved to the city of Richmond, because before when they're outside of Richmond, There wasn't as many regulations, but now that they're in the city, they might be a little tighter on what they can and can't sell there. So I'm not too sure. But as far as pyro goes, I know we used to carry smoke grenades, but I'm not too sure why we haven't had those in a bit. What's your opinion on the G&G C7?
What is that? Is that little pistol thing?
I'm not too sure, actually. C7, if you can clarify that, we'd definitely like to answer that. Greetings from Holland. Would you recommend the Valken V12? Nah, I wouldn't recommend. I'd say spend the extra money, get like a Wolverine or get a Polar Star.
Yeah, go for the ones that actually kind of innovated the technology instead of the ones that just knocked it all off.
We are actually having a great conversation on this on Wednesday when you're in here filming.
Yes.
What is your guys' opinion, and YouTube, what's your opinion on knockoffs within Airsoft? Now, the conversation started when Valken dropped that rip-off of the Sidewinder, but, it's like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, my argument was that, Airsoft in itself is a replica sport. Everything's a replica of a real gun. The difference is, when you have a replica airsoft gun, it's not competing with a real gun. It's two separate functions. They just happen to look alike. It's like saying a video game gun is a replica or it's competing with a real firearm. This has nothing to do with each other. It might as well be like two different things. They just happen to look alike for a reason. But when it comes to something like that Sidewinder knockoff, that's going exactly up to the same market, and it's just doing it at the cheaper price because the whole part of research and development has been done for them because somebody else had to do it. Now it's just send it to China, reverse engineered, and mass produce it for $20, and I'm sure it costs them like $3 to make, and then they're making good margins on it. So anytime you don't have to do research and development, of course it's easy. It's most things when they're done are pretty simple in form if they're good. If they're good, they're simple. So it's easy to copy, but it's the whole part of coming up with an idea, developing it, prototyping it, getting it to market, and it usually comes from, somebody who maybe, well, not usually, but sometimes it comes from like the Odin, from somebody who doesn't have a huge budget.
Yep.
So that's a lot of spend money, spend time, possible, career opportunities passed, and then somebody just comes and knocks it off. It's just such a punch in the face. And I've experienced that too firsthand with my own products. Yeah. It just hasn't made such a big stink in the airsoft community. But what we're saying is, based on how the community reacted to it, there was a pushback against Valken, and it's actually sticking. People are avoiding it, and they're paying more for the product, essentially the same product.
They're paying more for the original to make sure that the creator gets their cut rather than just someone who just comes in and knocks off a simple design.
Yeah, and it's admirable that the community was actually not just, they didn't just went past the hashtag, because usually it's like hashtag this, and then you're like, let me get this cheaper one because I'm saving $20-$30, but people are actually following through with their outrage, which I'm really impressed by the community and actually sticking with their outcry. So then you get into other gray areas where, like, when you're knocking out this or you're knocking out that, or it's like an endless discussion. But as far as the Odin, in this example, I think it was a little too blatant.
Yeah. So, any questions from YouTube here?
Well, YouTube is going
let's see. I'm a total noob to Airsoft. I went to my first game yesterday. Cool. Welcome to Airsoft.
Yeah, it's a pretty friendly community. Like, I've noticed most people are willing to help. If you ask anybody a question in the field, they'll help you out.
Tactical Sheep Gaming 47 from YouTube's asking, do you run real MVGs? I don't.
Yeah, they're totally real. It's not really fake MVGs. Fake MVGs you'd run only, for a photo shoot or something. But
so it's not a toilet paper roll with the green.
I did see a guy with 2 paper roll tubes on his helmet. It was a pretty sweet loadout.
Let's see what's going on IG. She guys played Strike Force Long Island. I don't have plans on going to New York anytime soon. Do you?
I don't. But I think the PayNext guy's out there, and he's a good dude. He has a lot of videos from there. So shout out PayNext.
What is the address of the first 10 people in line? The address that the sale's going on at is 21077 Commerce Point Drive, Walnut, California, 91789. It's a lot to remember.
They also have it on the internet now. It's pretty amazing. You
check out
it's right there.
You just Google Airsoft GI California, or you can just go on our website. It's on there as well.
Or get the pen and paper and the book of maps, and you can get here that way too.
How about some new grenades you guys have coming soon? Or I know we are going to be having the Airsoft Innovations 40 mic come out pretty soon.
Man, that thing is
I don't
something
know
else.
what's going on with that, because that's pretty much a mag dump at like 210
Yeah.
feet per second.
Yeah.
Like it's not that high of a feet per second, so pain wise it's not that bad. But to get 150 BBs put into your chest at once, I know it's gonna piss people off.
Yes. Somebody's
'Cause-
gonna shoot it from like 10 feet away, and it's just, I mean, it's gonna feel bad.
I mean,
And plus that sound is insane.
right?
I
So
guess the idea is, you know, you use it like a grenade, but it is basically like you have a crazy high tune polar star and just went.
It's literally just a magnum, real quick. I don't know how fields are going to regulate that, but let's see here. What's a good startup kit for beginners to the sport? We do have starter packages on our website. You can get them with Lancers, Classic Army skirmish lines with the ECS unit in it. Apex has a few of them. And then we even did a few of the starter packages with like a Classic Army ARS, their older Pro Line series. Those are all really good, going anywhere between like 190 up to like 265. And if you want to get into sniping, we do also have a Best Airsoft Sniper package as well that comes with the Classic Army 24. So check that out also.
I could vouch for the Lancer entry level gun. It's a quality gun. It's all polymer, but the price is there and the accuracy is there. It doesn't have an
It doesn't have-
control unit,
yeah.
but the price wise, it's really good performance for the price.
Yeah, it's really a reliable gun. Simple version 2, so you can upgrade anything in it, and that's a really cool factor to have.
And
so.
really good hop up right
Yeah.
out of the box, which the part, you know, no one ever tells you that in the stats, because you need to go out and shoot it, and I fielded it, and it has really good accuracy and pretty good range.
No, yeah, like even for people that have been doing it for a while, check them out. Because if you want to practice teching and you don't want to spend a ton of money on it, it's like 100, 110 bucks. It's cheap.
Yeah.
So, can the orange tips be taken off your guns? Yes, they can be, but check with your local laws before doing anything like that. I know in California, there's a few laws here and there that kind of say yes, do it, no, don't do it. So it all depends on where you're at locally.
It all seems like it has to be sold with the orange tip, and then it's sort of unregulated after that point. If you don't do anything stupid, like you'll point it at a cop or something.
Let's see here. So a couple of questions from YouTube. CT Spoder, are older guns as good as new ones? What do you think?
No, well, anything could be good if you tech it and stuff, but guns coming out of the box now have features that older guns didn't have, like MOSFETs and like these rotary hop-ups. It used to be, you know, stuff's evolving slowly. Airsoft evolves slowly, but it is getting way better with new technology. So if you just took a brand new old gun, something like those old Tokyo Marus that were all creaky plastic,
Yep.
versus like the Avalon we have back here,
Yeah.
or the Lancers or the Classic Armies, they're all I think way ahead of them in
No,
that
yeah.
sense.
Like if you're talking a stock gun right now versus stock gun 15, 20
Oh,
years
man.
ago, it's night and day. If we're talking stock guns now versus stock guns, say like 5 years ago when Crytek first hit the market, in my opinion, Crytek kind of redid what a premium gun should be. So inline MOSFET, quick change spring guide, stainless steel gears, just standard out of the box.
Yeah.
And after they dropped that, VFC came out with the Avalons. Classic Army dropped the Nemesis or the Scarab line, which featured a quick change spring guide, and then they also included that ECS system, so they kind of upped their own game too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think more and more now we're starting to see guns drop with all those features, plus a programmable MOSFET now, just not an inline MOSFET.
Yeah, burst and all that stuff.
Because I know G&G also did it after Classic Army did it. I think ICS also has a programmable MOSFET, if I'm not mistaken, with the Mars system.
They have something. I don't know what they're doing over there.
But yeah, like everybody kind of copies everyone at some point. But I think 5 years ago is kind of when all guns started coming really good out of the box. Because I can honestly say like the cheaper Lancer and Apex guns can compete with like high-end stuff from 7 8 years ago.
I mean it's the same stuff. Version
Yeah.
2, no.
It's
no
just
electronic
improvements
placement.
in like mass-producing material, and then just whatever's going into your standard gearbox has become such heavily produced now. It's like they don't make bad guns anymore. Really, it's just
I think
fine tuning is what's making the difference. between
Airsoft is
premium
gaining
now.
popularity. They could put out the guns at a lower price because they'll sell more. So
Yeah.
they don't have to. Every gun doesn't have to be $300 for them to make their investment back. They could put out $150 gun, but sell twice as many of them. So then
Yeah.
they're kind of back at where they would be with a $300 gun.
Yeah. Let's see here. So let's get another question from YouTube. I plan on buying an M4. What is a good recommendation? It really depends on where your budget is. If you're looking for like a premium end gun, Avalons are very good. Classic Army, Nemesis line, Crytek, pretty much can't go wrong with either of those three. If you want something a little more mid-tier, like $200 to $300 range, check out, what do you think? I mean,
Lancer's good.
Lancers are good. Like they're
The MMC, something like that.
the MMC, the Warlord series is good as well.
Warlord's really cool, yeah.
The Ditacts are pretty good too.
G&G, I mean,
G&G's
like
are
combat
good.
machine or something.
Yeah, like the
that's
Predators,
solid
or even the new,
choice.
or the new combat machines as well. If you're looking for a little bit under like $200, you can go like you can go Lancer again.
Lancer.
Apex makes good guns. Classic Army has their skirmish line with the ECS unit still in it. G&G combat machines are all reliable. Like I know for like 7 or 8 years they own the beginner market.
Yeah, that was every YouTube question I got. What's a good beginner gun? I'll be get the combat machine. I've never heard anyone really say anything bad about it. Yeah. And it seems to have everything you need to kind of get into the sport. Yeah,
and same thing, it's completely upgradable too. So as things start to break down after I don't know how many months of continuous play, you can just fix it and it's good to go.
Yeah.
So let's get a question from IG this time
Come on,
around.
IG. Send us something good. I think you're like way backward. Doesn't scroll down for
C7 is a Canadian variant. Oh, okay. So that's like the green M16 from G&G. It uses pretty much all their other like top tech internals. It doesn't have the G2 mech box yet. I don't know if G&G's planning on dropping that, but
I don't know how many people are clamoring for a C7.
Yeah,
Canadian loadouts.
I know it came with like that green L-can though. So
yeah. Cool. Oh yeah. Well, that's part of the gun.
Yeah, they came with the gun. That's like it's like a $450 package, but it was pretty cool. And then G&G does make good optics too.
Yeah, the T1, I remember. I personally don't like Airsoft optics; they all seem terrible. But the G1, which is a T1 replica from G&G, seems like a quality optic. My buddy used to have that.
All right, here's a good question that you might enjoy. What's the best AG M14?
One that doesn't have a gearbox in it. Probably. I don't know whoever designed that gearbox was to like torment every
Tokyo
tech
Marui
ever. Yeah.
That?
Well, yeah, I guess it is. Everything is Tokyo Marui, but
pretty much.
Whoever at Tokyo Marui designed it was some kind of evil scientist. I mean, oh my god.
If you own a Tokyo Marui M14, just don't touch it. Just leave it.
Yeah, don't touch it. I tried to get a spring upgrade, and now it's totally useless. It's just hanging on the wall, looking pretty. But
if we're talking the best M14s,
go with something that's already pre-upgraded, so you don't have to mess with it. So maybe
TM, if you don't mind it shooting 300 feet per second and taking a year to get to your target.
Yeah.
If we're talking something that's readily available for the U.S. market, G&G or Classic Army.
Classic Army, yeah.
Yeah, because the G&G is already heavily upgraded out of the box.
If somebody would make a freaking quick change spring on that thing, how hard is it to make a hole in the back of a gearbox?
I would imagine it's pretty hard because of the design of the receiver.
Oh, because the motor's back there?
Yeah, the motor's right behind the gearbox.
But it's lower, isn't it?
It's barely lower. It's like you have your gearbox and then the motor's like right here.
Oh, so you think it would obstruct the spring?
It probably would, yeah.
Well, that would make sense. I mean, the quick change spring is a kind of new technology anyway, it seems. But I'm so glad it exists.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. TFS Airsoft is my name. You're having issues with the hop-up unit in your Lancer M4. Upgrade to like a... You can upgrade to like a Lone-X hop-up unit, G&G hop-up unit. ProWin, I don't know if they're still around or not. I think SHS took over their manufacturing.
Well, ProWin was a big deal before everybody had a rotary hop-up, because it was like the first rotary hop-up. Now every gun comes with basically a plastic ProWin, and you're not. I don't know what you're gaining from a ProWin. Like the Crytek hop-up is really nice because it's really easy to get to the nub and stuff. You just pull back on the wheel and you can pop it out. It's the easiest hop-up to tech on. So if you're trying to tech, maybe the Crytek hop-up, it would be definitely worth it.
Okay, so Gucci Kevin, thanks for asking again. Yes, first 10 people in line are going to get the opportunity to grab any gun out of our boneyard for absolutely no cost. And by boneyard, these are pretty much open box items. We can't sell them as new because either the packaging got messed up at some point or there's like a scratch on the gun, but the gun itself works just fine. First 10 people, absolutely free, no charge. You can leave your wallet at home if you're the first 10 people in line. So
bring your wallet.
Bring your wallet.
They're not trying to just give away free guns. They want you to get
first
in
10
and
people.
Buy some Max, some Bs.
First 10 people.
Just in case you're not the first 10, bring your wallet.
Yeah. Let's see here. Do you guys sell airsoft grenade launchers? Yes, we do. We have the Classic Armies. We have D-Boys. And
what's
we have
the D for?
I don't know what the D-Boys
What's the D?
Beats me. Go ask them.
Come on, China.
And then we have ICS, the revolving grenade launchers. Those are pretty cool. Phoenix Fear, the Airsoft. Hello from Germany.
Hey, what's up, Phoenix Feathers?
How's it going?
That guy is a really good channel.
A little shout out from BrainExploder himself.
Man. He's like a cinematographer, so his stuff looks really good.
Let's see. I'm just gonna go all the way back to the bottom. Meme Softer Actual asks, "Are you gonna be coming out with any other run cam shells?"
Yeah, we're working on a couple of designs that incorporate the camera in different ways, so making it a little bit more discreet. I can kind of keep it to myself for now, but it'll because the zoom cam market has just exploded so much and it's sort of out of our hands. We gotta beat everybody on innovation now, so we're thinking more of how to package the camera in different ways rather than just keep coming out with the same stuff that's being mass produced now.
I got an idea for you, but I'm not going to say it on camera because
Keep it quiet.
Keep it quiet, exactly. A couple questions from YouTube. In Ireland, we have an FPS limit of 1 joule for all the guns. What are your thoughts? It's 1 joule, like 330?
I think that's Tokyo Marui's.
That's TM level, yeah.
Like
So it's
278 or
like
something.
sub 3.
Yeah, sub 3.
I mean, Japan does it, so it's not really an issue there.
You could, if everyone's on that limit, that sort of also evens the playing field. Versus you have some guy with some spring pistol running around. Well, I guess you can still have a guy with a spring pistol, but if everyone just has an AG, you're about. So it does have some positives. I mean, to kind of patronize you a little bit, it has some positives where there's nobody shooting like 600 FPS and just tearing people up from 300 feet away. But you could also, well that you could get a hop up to do most of the work for you. So
definitely.
Your 300 foot per second gun could easily reach to like 200.
FPS does not equal range.
Yeah.
It equals effective range.
It helps, but it doesn't. It's not the main factor by far. And you could have many internet arguments about it.
What's the easiest type of gun to upgrade? Like M4, AK, SCAR, MP5, SMGs.
It's all M4.
M4.
You cannot beat that. It's one screw you remove, pop the whole thing in half. Hop up just slides out, and then if you have like a Crytek hop up, you could disassemble the whole thing without any tools. Can't beat that. I don't know what's possibly easier. Only thing you can do is like
backs are the only thing I can think of that might be easier. But even
then,
they're so enforced.
When you got to get to the hop up though, it becomes a whole thing. You gotta take the barrel down. I mean, and their designs are all over the place. Everyone has their own take on it. What AGs are so standardized, you can pretty much flip flop, switch parts left and right.
Yeah, let's see here. Meme Softer, thank you. What a meanie. I don't keep it to yourself. No, we're keeping our shell ideas to ourselves.
We're keeping them sheltered.
I see what you did there.
I did a pun.
Let's see here. Do you guys know any upgrades for the AGM, MG42, or MP40? I think the barrel. That's about it. That's the only thing I can really think of.
Yeah, I have no idea what gearbox like the MG42 is.
I feel like
it's got to be like an LMG of some sort, right?
Yeah, I would assume so. Maybe like a 249 style. I don't know though.
Maybe. I can't imagine redesigning a whole thing just for that. But if it is, then gears and stuff you could probably swap.
We got a few people from Germany here. Luke.6425. Hello from Germany.
What up, Luke? What time is it over there?
What time is it out there? I'm curious.
I know it's not 3
It's not. It's not 3 in the afternoon. Yeah.
Who did the math?
Let's see here. What are the most durable airsoft guns? I haven't stress tested like some of the craziest stuff. Like we stress tested 2 guns on this channel. Stress tested the Lancer Gen 2s and the Classic Army skirmish guns, and those were some fun tests to do.
Dropping them off roofs and stuff.
Not the roof, but we dropped it off like a 25-foot drop.
Which is, I don't know what you're doing if you manage to send your gun flying. And what do you expect at that point?
I mean, the Lancers survived like 4 drops, and then the hop-up unit snapped out. But that's because it's a plastic hop-up unit. The Classic Army survived 6 drops and was still able to cycle. And then I destroyed the thing on like just me throwing it against the ground as hard as I could. I'll link all those videos in the description after the live show ends. And then we ran it over with my car. And then we ran the Lancer over with someone else's truck, and they worked just fine after being ran over like 4 times. Submerged both of them in water. The Classic Army failed because of the MOSFET in it, but the Lancer worked just fine. And then we stuffed the gearbox to the brim filled with mayonnaise. But
that might not be such a bad thing.
It powered through. I guess the mayonnaise.
Lubricant.
No, okay.
As long as it doesn't get in the cylinder.
The nastiest part. No, we filled everything.
Oh, okay.
And it still cycled. The nastiest part was that nobody cleaned the mayonnaise out, or they
That's
didn't
the
throw it
boneyard
away.
guns, guys. Come on down this Saturday. Get
That
yourself
one's gone. That one left a long time ago.
Lancer gun.
But so after that testing, they left it right here on this table, and they forgot about it, and they left it there for a whole week. So and then when they came in here to film the next week, like the mayonnaise oozed out of the gearbox, like expanded, and it was like horrible in here. Like they had to like gas this place out with like Febreze. It was terrible.
So you wouldn't recommend that as a?
I would not. If you clean it out, sure, why not? But if you're just gonna let it sit for a week, don't do mayonnaise. Let's see here. Classic Army M24 or ASG M40. So I know you have a little more experience than me with sniping. Have you?
I haven't tried either one, but I've heard good things about both. I know that the ASG M40, I've seen what Swamps use it just straight out of the box, and then dude just he could probably use like I don't know, like just his hand and throw BBs and get like 50 kills every game. He knows that feel like the back.
Puts one of your zoom cams on his finger.
Yeah. So I mean, he's a good example. I think Jet used it pretty well.
Yeah.
The M24 is Marui compatible now, right, Gen 2?
Yeah, yeah.
So I think Swamp used that too, and he killed a million people.
He used the Gen 1 on that. I don't think he's gotten I think he did get the Gen 2, but he hasn't put a video up on it yet. But the Gen 1 and the ASG, he had good things to say about both of them. I mean, they're both stock sniper rifles, so you can only expect so much from both of them.
Yeah.
But they're both very good performing sniper rifles out of the box. Personally, I haven't fielded the ASG M40. But I did field the Classic Army at the Major League Airsoft event at Wildlands last weekend, and it shot really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Consistent?
It was able to consistent. Yeah.
That's the
I
most
was
important thing,
maybe getting how long would you say their range is right there when you're shooting, like right at the chrono station?
It's probably
like,
150 feet, maybe.
Yeah.
To that wall, maybe
I
less.
was holding a man-sized grouping at 150 feet, no problem. Like less than a man-size, maybe like a 4-inch grouping at 150 feet consistently.
Suspect a lot of the box.
Yeah, and with the .3, it still had room to hop too. So if you want to go, it's like .32, .36, you should be okay. I know we're gonna get you hooked up with an M24 because you want to see what you can do with that. So no more of those. I haven't tried it yet. Excuses. But, we'll see how that goes.
I like those. I like those super unique guns like the SRS and the Blazer, which was like.
Question for you: DMR or bolt action?
I personally prefer bolt action because it forces you to really be selective with your shots. DMR, you'll be like, you're in your mind, I'm just gonna be there, one shot, one kill. The second you get out there, you miss the guy, and you're like, da-da-da-da-da-da. All of a sudden they're like, what happened to the DMR? Now you just, you're just feathering that trigger as fast as you can to get shots down range. I'm gonna be running an SR25 this weekend, the Aries, that I've messed with the hop up a little bit, and we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping there'll be one shot, one kill, but it's just so hard to maintain that when you have so much power behind that trigger.
Yeah, and it's like
eventually you just
I missed. Pop, pop,
yeah,
pop,
it
pop.
eventually just turns into a saw. You're like miss. Versus the sniper rifle, no matter how hard you want to get that second shot out, you gotta pull the bolt, get lined up again. It forces you to really snipe. But when you get that one hit with a sniper rifle, it's like,
and then they start looking around where that comes from.
oh, that's the best one.
Yeah.
They cannot believe they got hit. Well, they might even be looking at you and they're like, hi. And then you like fly right by their head, like, oh crap! And then you hit one of their buddies, and then you see the whole group like
just duck.
Okay, back behind the building.
Yep.
It's very satisfactory. The sniper, I look at sniper games when I use a sniper. It's a whole different form of airsoft. Like it doesn't compare with regular, Milsim or pub field games or any of that speed stuff. It's just its own thing. Like you play it differently, and the feeling and the experience is so different. And for me, it's like very enjoyable. For some people, it might be a little boring. You just post it up somewhere waiting for an opportunity. But if that whole thing where every video game you ever played, and you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna be taking dudes out. It's not quite like that, but you do get some of those moments where it sails right in through a window and someone right in the head, and you're like, oh, that's so awesome. And when they call it, it's even more awesome.
Yeah, if you want to get awesome gameplay footage like him, make sure you get his 90mm. It's 90mm.
Yeah,
lens,
if
right?
you want to get you want to see what they're thinking, then you get the 90mm. If you're getting like the M24 maybe and it's stock, the 35mm is good because then you can use also in your AEG. It's a little more versatile. But yeah,
that's the one I ordered. So
yeah, check out BrainExploder.com if you want to record those hits. The nice thing about having a camera is even if they don't call it, you don't really care. You hit them. You watch back. You hit it. Yep. You can't control what they do, but
and
you
then
control what you do.
Then you get to make a clickbaitey type of video saying
cheaters that cheat by cheating.
Yeah, there you NoobTuber103, you've asked like 4 times, so I'll finally answer your question. Do you guys have feed lips for GVR Chris Vectormax? No, we don't. Hit up KWA, they might have them.
That is specific, dude. That gun's been discontinued for like 2.5 years.
That's what I'm saying. There's no way we have those.
I don't think KWA can even produce any parts for it.
They might be able to, because feed lips by themselves aren't licensed. So.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that does not replicate anything on the real gun.
G&G ARP9 or Classic Army M24 Performance Upgrade Deluxe. How are you going to compare an SMG to a bolt action?
Dude, why don't you just run both? There's the ARP9 on the side, and you got the long gun.
This guy's innovating. There you go.
Well, I run the Scorpion on the side sometimes, the little, what's the brand?
The KWA?
The KWA Scorpion,
okay.
Yeah, I have a holster for it, and it's a pretty legit sidearm, because if you need to, you can really open it up.
Yeah. Thoughts on the Crytek Trident Mark II? They're really good guns. You can't change the gear set on them unless you lay them down, but other than that, they're good guns.
Yeah, the spring is a little tough to get to. I guess you could pop off the buffer maybe, but...
No, you have to pull the gearbox
The whole gearbox?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, it does the whole... I think Crytek is good, especially that the gearbox is really well shimmed. It sounds smooth. Accuracy, from my personal experience, if you check out my YouTube channel, you can see me playing with 2 different Cryteks in one day. Accuracy out of the box, not that amazing. I mean, they're super hyped, and everyone puts them on mount Airsoft like the guns from gods. But there's definitely room for improvements with Crytek's. Definitely a good start. Price-wise, I think they're worth it, but don't think you're getting yourself like an umbrella gun just because you bought a $300 Crytek.
Definitely not.
You'll do well on the pub field, but you're not going to be hitting people at 200 plus feet.
Yeah. Let's see what else.
Personal experience. I know everyone's going to have their own experience.
KWA Ronin, yay or nay? Yay if you like recoil.
Ronin's not recoil, is it?
Yeah,
it's just the changing.
The top end. No, the top end one has a recoil mech built in. I have it sitting right there.
I don't know about that. Hold on, that's how you win every argument. I don't know about that.
Do I have a battery in here?
Oh no, he's gonna demo.
I'm gonna win this argument right now. It's wired to Tamiya.
Is that a full Ronin like out of the box? Yeah, It still has the tags on it.
Brand new Ronin, out the box.
Either he's super wrong or he's super confident.
I know for a fact that it's recoil because I just shot this earlier today.
Okay.
That's if there's battery in this one. That's if there's power.
Please be dead. So I could pretend I was right.
Oh
yeah, see, we'll never know.
Dead.
The world will never know.
The world will never know.
That's
larger Deans. Oh well.
So technically I'm right.
If you say
I'm
so.
technically not wrong.
Well, I'm pretty sure I have enough battery in here. If you really want to push it that far, man. Any other questions?
Let's see what YouTube up to. Is OC Airsoft on there? What's up, dude?
What's up, OC Airsoft?
OC Airsoft, I'm seeing these guys everywhere. They must be doing something right. Don't get a Crytek. Whoa, I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say don't get a Crytek. They're not bad by any means. Recoil. Proven wrong.
I don't know about that.
Safety's on.
Oh man, I'm safe.
Proven wrong.
That is some wobbly recoil.
Yeah, it's not bad. Let's see.
I got spoiled by the DAS, man.
Yeah, no, it's going to be
every other
nothing
recoil
compared to
gun
that.
is like.
Let's see here. What is the most weirdest thing you've seen in an Airsoft game? A guy in a banana suit playing Airsoft. And he was killing it out there, too. That was hilarious.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess camo doesn't count for much. I
Nope.
saw a dude like cleaning his glasses in the shrubs when we were walking by him. We're like friendly or enemy, and he's like just taking a break, cleaning my glasses. I'm like, dude, that's like rule number 0 in Airsoft. Like, don't take off your freaking
Don't be
glasses.
that guy.
So we gave him like a safety speech, like Airsoft nerds, and moved on with our life. But
Yep.
luckily, I haven't seen anything weird. I saw a rattlesnake blocking my exit at the last Milsim thing I went to.
That's always fun.
Yeah, I was sniping anywhere, and I was going to go change buildings, and then there's a rattlesnake. I'm like, yeah, this building's good. So I just stayed there for another hour till it left, and I got stung by a wasp. I mean, you get a lot of nature interactions in Airsoft.
Someone asked, what's your next Milsim event?
I'm going to an unnamed event this weekend.
Go and say it.
Operation Line Claws in Victorville. To this weekend. Hopefully you'll see some of you guys out there.
OC Airsoft asked me when we're going to hit the field. Where am I playing on Monday? I'm playing on Monday. I don't know where yet, but...
Is everyone open? Like all the major fields around here?
It's going to be somewhere local. I'm not going to go that far. More than likely Jungle Island. Don't quote me on that, though, because we're really undecided. We usually decide, like, on the drive. Like we'll leave.
Really? That brazen? Wow.
Yeah, because when we're leaving my house, at least.
Are you like centrally located to everything?
Kinda, because like
Same
I just hop on the
distance.
10, and then it's like from there I can go down to Code Red, I can go to SC Village, I can go to Jungle Island.
Yeah, they're all
It's
kind
like-
of bunched up there.
Yeah, so we're undecided. We'll figure that out, but I'll post it when we decide on that. Thoughts on the D-Boy Scar L? Just buy a VFC. Don't even waste your money.
Don't buy the VFC, it sucks too.
Oh,
It's a horrible hobby that never works.
Just change your bucking and nub, and boom, you're done.
I'm done with it already, but for different reasons.
Thoughts on the Evo Carbine? I think they're dope.
That seems like that sort of set in a new era of airsoft. That whole all the guts packed into it.
It's pretty much just a stemma
yeah,
with all the
but
the
way
features. Way more reliable.
Yeah, way more affordable.
Looking for a good LMG, Classic Army 249s or the Raptor PKPs if you got the budget for it. LMG recommendation.
I think I have a VFC Mark 43. It's pretty legit.
Those are pretty dope.
But good luck finding that.
Yeah, good luck finding
The
those.
Classic Army 249 is like sort of the standard for AGs. Like that.
.12 green or red BBs. OC Airsoft. If we're running,
.12, why are you running such heavies?
if we're running through his DSGs, run .12s. Maximum performance guaranteed.
What are those BBs for? I guess like Walmart Springers.
I put them in my grenade shells for the
Yeah,
showers.
you get a little more range, but it's like everywhere. You probably shoot on.
Stay woke Airsoft. Acrylic BBs are the best. Changing my mind. They're not biodegradable, so boom. There's your argument. Best bolt action sniper. I don't think there is a best bolt action sniper out of the box. I feel like they perform pretty equally to each other. Once you get above once you get into that ASG M40 Classic Army range, they're going to be pretty equal across the board.
I think the Silverback SRS is a really good sniper rifle. It's super expensive, but because it's already packed with like steel sear and trigger and all that stuff, it has really quality components. You're paying for it up front versus buying like a $200-300 gun and then putting another $200-300 worth of upgrades in it. So at the end, it all evens out depending on your budget. But if you're not the tech savvy person where you want to rip up trigger boxes and cylinders, then the SRS I think is a good choice. It's very unique. I love it. I just love the look of it and the function. But yeah, at that baseline, sort of like the Marui,
The VSR-10.
yeah, VSR-10 clones.
Yeah.
It's like you said, it's pretty even, I think, to get in, and most systems are kind of based around that anyway.
No, yeah, definitely. And it's like, do you go with the pre-upgraded route like the Silverback, or go with something like a Novrich SSG, or even like even the ASG M40s are really upgraded out of the box too. It's like, do you pay for that up front, or do you get something cheaper like an M24?
See if you like it, because I think
it's a completely different play style. Like if
Yeah.
you've never sniped before, I beg of you, do not go drop $300 on a sniper rifle on a bolt gun
500 if
just-
you're buying the Silverback.
just to end up hating it just because it's a different play style.
Yeah, and it's one of those things you can't really try before you buy it because fields don't rent sniper rifles, so you
Yeah.
kind of have to get one. And
Or
if-
borrow one if you can.
Yeah, and if you go in that route, it's definitely more affordable, kind of like a road path to get into it, where you try a cheaper gun and then move on to upgrading it if you like it.
Yeah. Let's see here. Somebody recommended the Stoner LMG. Those are pretty cool too, except it's a proprietary mag. So if you don't have the box mag, or if your box mag breaks, you're kind of SOL. Holy crap, Storm is in here.
Oh my God, we've been blessed by Storm.
Best airsoft gun under $5. Thanks. This one right here.
Bang bang, good.
Ooh.
Spoke.
Oh, crap, no.
No, Instagram's breaking.
I'm about to drop Instagram. It's not good. No. There we go. See, if you had a chance to make a Sega 12, which company would you choose? Would it be Gas or AEG? ABAG. I think it had to
Surprised
be
it doesn't exist yet. I mean,
right?
it's a big deal. Just
And it'd be TM, because they already dropped the AA12.
it'd be cool, a recoil shot.
A recoil shock Sega would be
Fun.
It'd be fun. It'd be very fun to use.
funny.
I almost lost it right there. Losing myself. TM. I know you're not watching because you don't do anything on social media, but
Yeah, how did it
Make-
say?
make a recoil shock Sega. That would be awesome.
Somebody make it. I mean, do you people not want to make money? Make a freaking SKS, make a Sega, and make a killing. It doesn't
Nobody's-
have to be good. When you're first, it doesn't have to be good. When you're 25th, it has to have every feature on it ever that existed. But if you're first, you just make it look like the thing, and you're done. Make an AK-12. Get in it. Come on, man. These are like layups. The freaking Sega, it's an AK with a big old mag. Like it wouldn't take much to engineer that.
We got somebody asking, how do you like the Nemesis that we gave to you earlier this week?
I've only shot it like out here when we're kind of recording, and a little bit in my backyard, but it's real crispy. The rate of fire is pretty nuts. If you watch my IG story, I shot it with the night vision scope. Yeah. Really good. Grouping seems good. I'll test it out this weekend, hopefully. But yeah, everything about it I like. It's a long gun too because it's a DMR build, but it's very light, which I really like. I moved the bipod off the front, moved a couple accessories around. It's very manageable. So I'm looking forward to using that.
Alright, so looks like we're pretty caught up on YouTube. There's not too much action going on there. Opinion on single shot shotguns. I think that's coming from Jet's video where he's using
single BB shotgun. I think he means.
I don't think there's a point.
No, it's a sniper rifle.
It's a pump action sniper rifle, literally. I know I don't know if GMPs are upgradable or not. I know the classic armies use a AEG spring, so if you want to up the FPS or down it, you can.
Is the classic army a single shot?
Yes, it is.
Ah.
Yeah, and they use like the magazine style rather than the shot shell.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, if you're that good that you need a challenge, get one. But if you're just trying to actually get kills and you're just still coming up in the sport, then I cannot imagine a good reason for it. Or someone should make a sniper rifle or one of those things that can get it up to 600 FPS and be like.
Storm said he'd bring you some tacos from Mexico.
Hell yeah, authentic. Although I don't know how great they'll be after the travel.
How many solo wins in Fortnite? I don't play Fortnite because Fortnite sucks.
Fortnite's for children.
Thank you.
My niece plays Fortnite.
How many solo wins in PUBG then? That's a little more relevant.
What? I have almost 1,000 hours in that game. I never play solo though.
To be fair.
To be fair to myself, because I like to be fair to myself. I have one solo win and it was like the third proudest moment of my life after like buying a house and having my daughter somewhere there. It's friggin' hard. I don't know how these guys do it.
I have one solo win in PUBG as well.
Man. Is it Xbox or PC?
It's Xbox.
Okay.
PC.
We'll count it as like half a win.
Hey, come on. They're still just as competitive.
Dude.
You know what?
If you've seen those Xbox videos, dude.
The highest rated PUBG player, the highest rated solo PUBG player plays on Xbox.
It's Shroud, isn't it?
I think it is actually.
He's on PC, dude.
He's on PC and he's on Xbox.
What?
His Xbox account is rated higher than his PC account.
I can't imagine that. I've never seen any of his Xbox gameplay.
Let's see. Walter Chang. Mike likes all guns. We want real opinions. What opinions do you want then? Give me a model. I'll give you my honest opinion on it right now.
Give you a controversial answer.
Always stirring up. Always stirring the pot.
I don't have that big of a horse in the race. Like
Storm said Fortnite is the best game ever. What do you mean?
He barely even plays it. He plays Call of Duty Black Ops 1 or something.
Get roasted.
It's a grind game. If you like grindy games, I think Fortnite's a little more up your alley. If you like more tactical team play, PUBG. All the PUBG's annoying as all can get sometimes.
We'll go ahead and mention that at the end of the stream there, Walt. Let's see here. I had this double eagle tri-shot and it broke super quick. Would a SEMA hold up better? I know those are metal builds, but I think it's the same internals as a double eagle.
Yeah, they're all plastic. I mean, who came up with that?
No, the SEMAs are
metal. Oh.
Yeah, like the $90 to $100 ones are metal.
Then it should probably hold up much better.
No, it's the same internals, but
it's like the grip comes off on those things half the time. Although that's still plastic.
True.
I don't know.
Opinions on Battlefield 5. I think it's a joke. I think they're trying too hard to.
Terrible.
I don't like it.
It looked like Call of Duty. Like
if
it said Call of Duty, you'd be like,
yeah,
that's about on par. I mean, Battlefield. The part about it was team play, and that seems to be. It's just turned into like the guy was sliding down a hill shooting an MG42. What? Come on.
All right. Somebody asked, "What's your next build?"
Mine?
What's your next gun?
Wow. I haven't really thought about it. I don't have anything on deck. I'm moving houses right now. It's like I'm trying to minimize things instead of like adding to the inventory.
Understandable. So we'll save that question for another time.
Yeah, I'll see once I get inspired by something.
Let's see. Battlefield 5 looks great besides the fact there was a woman in the front line. It's like, God, they're trying too hard. It's not the woman that ruined it because I know resistance fighters had women. I know some British units did have women fighting on the front line. It was the stupid mechanical arm that she had. And then the over-the-top explosions, it looked like Michael Bay directed it.
Yeah, there's like throwing grenades while jumping out of windows, while sniping, flying off the hill, off a bike or backwards. It's like everything they could possibly throw in there.
Anything else good? Let's see. Are the Jag Arms shotguns any better now? Yes, they are much better now. They're not as leaky as they used to be. Any opinions on that, or do you even know that?
I'll give a shout out to CQB Russian if it is leaky, just go ahead, convert it to HPA. And for a shotgun, it makes a lot of sense because those tanks are kind of small, and the way the line runs out, it's really minimal. It's not super in your way like it is with like a
Laser Viper. You missed everything. We need to end this now because Laurel Yanni, no comment.
Hey, shouldn't you be at work? Otherwise, why aren't you here? Laser Viper.
You got work to do. Laurel Yanni.
Oh,
no
I heard
comment.
Yanni.
No comment.
What about you?
I don't even want to spread that around. I want that to end. I want that to die already.
I can't believe people can hear anything but Yanni. What's wrong with you?
He's at work. Everybody make as much noise as possible so Laser Viper gets in trouble at work.
Yeah. But like, keep it PG-13.
For? Yeah. Oh, we've been streaming for like almost an hour now. All right, we better wrap it up here. All right, so I'll go ahead and let you advertise yourself.
All right, if you guys want to follow me and hear more nonsense, I'm on Instagram, the BrainExploder. YouTube, just search the BrainExploder, whatever, it'll be the first thing. And then if you are looking for like camera mounts,
ear protection,
any other little
zoom cams,
very specific Airsoft 3D printed stuff, check out BrainExploderCreations.com, and zoom cams, BrainExploderMerch.com for that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, we do also have a very cool thing coming up here pretty soon. On June 8th, you're invited to this as well. I hope you can make it. Laser Viper, I know you're still watching this. You better hear
be
this.
Watching this.
June 8th, at our store, we're going to be doing a special TV filming for CBS. It's a series about small businesses in LA, so go ahead and come check us out on that. There's going to be big sales going on all day through that. We're going to have a shooting competition using the G&G 3x3 targeting systems. And then there's going to be deep discounts on everything in the store. So make sure you guys stop on by our store June 8th starting at 10 a.m. So make sure you're there. It's the first time we're announcing that. So
look at this.
If you want to be on CBS, be there. CBS, the TV.
Network for old people.
The network for old
That's
people.
where SEAL Team's on. That's a good show.
It's my favorite place to watch football at. So
make
sure you guys are there at the California Walking Store, 21077 Commerce Point Drive, Walnut, CA 91789. I've gotten too good at saying that. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. See y'all later. YouTube, there's the camera at. Later.
Thanks for having me. Bye, guys.
Let's go ahead and end that, and then let's go ahead and end YouTube.